about a month, I'll have my my stream starting soon sign coming. All right, I am nice and stable. Okay, so welcome to Sunday stream. This is the last one I'm going to do before C2E2. I leave first thing Tuesday morning. And of course, tomorrow is the Capitals game, so, you know, gotta watch that. I also have lots of last minute things to do before the convention, so unfortunately I can't stream. I will be back a week from tomorrow, so probably next Tuesday softball. A week from Wednesday will be the first stream back from C2E2, and I have a solid week and a half of streaming, and then I'm heading to Maryland. I am trying to figure out a way that I can stream while in Maryland, so I'll figure that stuff out, because I'll be there for a couple of weeks, and of course I'm going to be at Tidewater Comic Con while I'm there. Today's stream is going to finish up what I was working on yesterday, which is the next quilt pattern in our series. This one's going to be releasing in June at AwesomeCon. So I'm just going to pick up where I left off. So yesterday I finished 6 rows. I'm working on the next 6 rows right now, and I haven't touched a thing. So this is exactly where I left off yesterday. Okay, this one's to the right. Oops. Yep. I forgot to reset my settings. There we go. So this is all just chaining the pieces. Like I said, same thing that I did yesterday. If I'm able to finish this in a decent amount of time, I'm planning on working on Amazon Warrior quilt kits, because those are the only ones I haven't gotten done yet. Three, 4, 5, 6, 7. Now the rows that have more than 3 pieces, like this one now has 4 pieces, I'll do the pass of that one next. Because my last pass of sewing them together, I'm going to make sure they're all equal. Yep, and this one has, we're going to have 3. Hey Amber, how are you? Six. It went really, really well. I got a good distance through the new quilt pattern. We still don't have a name for him yet. So today I'm going to finish it off. I'm not going to have a lot of time to work on it when I get back from C2E2 because I basically am going to have a week and a half to restock panel quilts and pillows and things like that. Oh, well, that's fantastic. See, family dinners are always good. I want to make sure that I get this entire pattern done so I can get it over to Nicole so she can do all of the layout stuff for it. And I don't have to rush her. Because that's the problem, right? Oh, this new quilt pattern. Obviously, it's going to be video games. He is based on, obviously, Mega Man colors. But the style and design is a couple of different video games. So you've got Mega Man, you've got Proto Man, a lot of the stuff in the Mega Man series. But then there's also a couple of mechanized type people that we took some of the features from as well. Okay, let's do it right. Bilbo. We could call him Bilbo. Six. All right, so there are 2 of them that have one more piece than the others. Thank you for the host. this is to the left. They lost last night. Oh. It went to 2 overtimes, and then the Maple Leafs scored. So the series is tied 1-1 for Caps Maple Leafs. The game on Friday, Pittsburgh won again, so Pittsburgh's up 2-0 over Columbus. Oh, wait, no, that's right. 1, 2, 3. Yes, I do want to do this one. There's a hockey game today. I should see what time it is. I think there is one today. Oh, yep, 6 o'clock, okay. Alright, 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3, 4. Yep. Got it at lunchtime. And I've been sipping on it. You know how I like my coffee. I normally get a vanilla latte. It's just something good that I like. Here we go. Yeah, it's just a regular vanilla latte. I don't get a lot of the fancy stuff because I don't want a lot of sugar. Cat's trying to figure out ways to come over here. Way. Oh, you haven't had the vanilla latte before? It's really good. It's just simple espresso, milk, and vanilla flavoring. It is my go-to standby when I go to Starbucks. When they had the Cascara, I really liked that one. Although, of course, that one didn't stay. I haven't had a chance to put yesterday's stream up on YouTube. I was running around a lot today getting ready for the convention, and then 30 minutes before the stream I went, oh, I've got to upload that. I guess it's too late now. So if I get this quilt top finished and all my notations done for the pattern, I'm going to work on, oh, I said Amazon Warrior earlier. I'm going to work on Dark Mage quilt kits, because the Dark Mage is the only one that I haven't finished yet for quilt kits. I also need to cut some of the Harry Potter house fabric to give to the lady that does my Etsy fulfilling, so I can add on that fabric for pillowcases and pillows. Yeah, that because I love that house fabric. I figure, especially if I'm at conventions, if someone sees it and they go, oh man, I really want one side Hufflepuff and the other side Slytherin, you know, or something like that, then they can do it. Yeah, no, I really like the way that that we all decided to do them on Friday, because you can see the fabric in the back of the kit. You can actually see the actual fabric, see the pattern, and it does not going to take up as much room. Oops. I think after these, there's only 3 more rows. And it's to the left. No, it's to the right. That doesn't look right. Yeah, the quilt kits will all go up on Etsy after C2E2, after I can get them to the lady that does all of my orders. like streaming in the middle of the day. It's nice. I totally don't expect anyone else to join us in the stream except for you because, you know, it is Easter. But you never know. Left. There we go. Although I didn't think anyone was going to join me yesterday, and I had 3 people. Alright, I have all 6 of the rows pinned together. Now to combine them. I keep wanting to turn to the right because I'm used to having my ironing board over there. But I really wanted to have you guys see... Oh, let me move this back into frame. That's how I escape. There we go. But I really wanted to show you how I laid them out on my clothing rack for the rows. Sounds good. Okay, so I'm combining rows together, so I'm going to highlight just the 2 rows that I'm working with. And this one, seams are pointing to the left, and this one, seams are pointing to the right. Okay, so let's take a look. Okay, it all looks good. This way. Come on, Tony. Okay, now I'm going to move this up and look at the next two rows that I'm working on right now. This one is on top, so it points to the left. So this one should point to the right. Yeah, looks good. Ah, excuse me. Okay. And there's that one. Keep turning to the right. I've had it this way for the past 2 streams. You'd think I would get used to it. Okay. Let's move this up. That way to the right. So then this one should be to the left. Yep. Great. Let's make sure that's good. Yeah, it looks good. I always check, double check, and triple check. It is good to know your weaknesses, and my main weakness with quilting is I flip the pieces upside down. There we go. So now for the last 3 rows. So I'm going to move this up. I don't think I have any horizontal piece. Nope, no horizontal piece. Oh, no, I do have 1 horizontal piece. Okay. So it's just this first row right here I have a horizontal piece. Okay, towards the background. And it's going to go towards the blue. One, two. 1, 2. Okay, let me sew this one together first. Always sew those horizontal pieces together before doing anything else. There we go. And then after you assemble those horizontal pieces, then you assemble the row. So in this case, the seam is pointing to the right. So I'm taking the right piece, flipping it over the left, pinning them together. Because then if I sew right along here and then iron it, the seam will be pointing to the right. Okay, towards the black. And it's going to go towards the black. So I've got to re-iron this one. If your seams are pointing in the wrong direction from what you need, just re-iron it. Uh-oh. I need a big one of those. 1, 2, 3, 4 of them. Okay, in my pattern, how many did I say? I said 3 of them. Need 4 of them. Okay, do I have enough? I do. In fact, I already have a 6.5 by 3.5 piece. Great. Okay. almost always miscount a few of them whenever I initially make the pattern. But of course, that's why I do this. That's why I then go back and make the quilt top after I've made the pattern to make sure that everything is correct. Okay, so that's towards the blue. This needs to go towards the background, so I've got to re-iron it. And then 2 of these. Okay, and then in this case, the seams are pointing to the left. So I'm going to pick up the left piece, flip it over the right one, pin it in place. Can't seem to pick up that pin. Alright, and then my last row. Okay, that's towards the black. So it needs to go towards the black. And then towards... I have 2 of those left. I'm going to have to recount those. Because then that tells me I either made a mistake or I miscounted. Okay, and then towards the black. The last row I'm always re-ironing. Okay, towards the black. There. And there. Okay, now that I'm finished, so if I have a single piece of each of these, that's perfectly fine. This is the only thing that concerns me. So let's count it again. I've got 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay, so 4 of them. How many did I say? No, I said I needed 6. I wonder where I counted the other 2. Because there's 1, 2, 3, 4. Yeah, there's only 4. Alright, so let me change that in my pattern. Oh, welcome back, Amber. So I'm changing that in my pattern. Okay, so I had 2 extra pieces, so I was figuring out why I had those, and it's because I miscounted in the actual pattern. Okay, so everything in here is good now. Yep, and so all of my figures of how many 3.5-inch strips, how many 2-inch strips, and how many combined together, those are all accurate and those are all right. So that's the important thing, and I don't have to add any additional strips, which would change how much fabric you would need in order to make the pattern. Alright, so pattern's done. Fantastic. This is all extra. All my stuff over here. is all now scraps to go to my Patreon people. Scraps. All right. Now, I am just going to fit... Oh, you know what? I take that back. I am not absolutely done because I still have to figure out the borders. And I can't do the borders until I finish the top. Because as you see the picture of the pattern right in front on the screen, there's nothing that's around him yet. So I do that after that main body is done. And that all depends upon how big he becomes. Okay. Still trying to think of some good names. Jumping Man. Blaster Arm Man. Well, you don't have to have man in there, but... Play with my toy. 3, 4, 5. Okay, so he's going to have 6 total. So I have been going back and forth and toying with the idea of recording the setup for C2E2 next week. Now, there's no way that I can live stream it on Twitch because I don't think the internet is going to be good enough. So I was thinking I can do one of two things. I can either Facebook Live, so you can pop in and watch live there, or I can set up my camera, my video camera, and record it and then put it on YouTube and kind of do a fast forward. Or I can do both. I have 2 tripods. I can set one up for the Facebook Live and set the other one up for the camera. What do you think? I'll set them both up on tripods. So like the Facebook Live would be on the tripod, or the video camera would be on a second tripod, and the video camera, I probably wouldn't have, I'd put like a song or something, and then just kind of do a fast forward thing. The only thing is I know I can't do it through Twitch because there's no land lines there for cable. I can't plug it in. I'd have to stream. I'd have to have wireless. So you think both of them, just do both? Facebook Live and record it? Okay. Fantastic. I will bring all of my stuff to do both then. I love it when I do that, when I stick the needles into my thumb. Oh, hi, Doreen. How are you today? You know, I never asked you yesterday what country you live in. I know that you said English is not your first language, but I never asked beyond that. Oh, that's cool. I have never been to that part of the world at all. I would love one day to just travel to all the places that I can. The only places that I've been to outside of North America is Japan. That's it. Almost done with the rows, and then I get to sew them all together. Yeah, I think I'll get this done before the stream ends, so I can work on the Dark Mage quilt kits for the convention. Well, no, not for the convention. To give to... Why am I sitting down? To give to the lady that does all of my fulfillment. So I can have those online. Yeah, I didn't get to see a lot of Japan. It was I was going to Guam for a week with my mother, just kind of like as a vacation. And so we had a layover in Okinawa. So we purposely made the layover like 8 hours. That way we could leave, walk around a little bit, and then go back. So I've seen the area around the Okinawa airport, and that's it. But it's pretty cool. I would really, there's a couple of places I would love to go. I want to go to Portugal. I want to go to Dubai. I think Dubai would be amazing. And Germany on Oktoberfest. Like those are the 3 places that are on the top of my list of places I want to see. Hi, Soleil. You pretty girl? You want to sit for the camera? Come here. Up. Sit pretty. You're a good girl. You can get down and eat it. You don't have to stay there. Yeah, this is Soleil. Oh, I don't think I told you about my dogs yesterday, Doreen. I have 3 dogs. Whenever she was a puppy, I actually trained her to sit pretty for camera. So when I say sit pretty, she sits and she automatically looks for the camera. So if you notice, she looked that way up at the camera. Hi, I know you're very good. You're a good girl. Okay, making sure I have any hair on my hand. And then I have the cat, who is deaf, who likes to jump on my table and ironing board while I'm trying to work on things. Okay, I gotta sew. Down. Good girl. Alright, you gotta move, baby. No, I gotta sew. I already gave you something. I'm not giving you anything else. My husband keeps trying to convince me to get a duck. Yet that's not happening. I told Amber about their attempts to get reptiles or amphibians or spiders or other things in the house. That's not going to happen. So now he's trying for a duck. Yeah, no snakes or lizards or spiders. Nothing that could be creepy crawly. Alright, last 3 rows. So this one goes this way. That's to the left. And this one goes to the right. Nope. It goes underneath. It goes that way. Yep, that's the way he goes. Alright, rows are all together. So let's start sewing them. See, this is the fun part now. This is the part where all of the pieces have been sewn together, and now I get to start assembling rows, and you can actually start to see the picture of what it's going to look like. So you'll slowly see it turn into the picture that I have on the computer. This is my favorite part of making a quilt top, is assembling the rows and actually starting to watch the pattern take form. Okay. Now, you notice as I was going along, I was sewing all of the strips. So now I'm going to shift that over, and I'm going to take them 2 at a time. So I'm actually going to take them and iron them and repin them. Now remember, as you're ironing, if the points don't perfectly line up, you can finagle it a little bit. So right there, this point doesn't perfectly line up. So I'm going to iron it in a way to where I'm stretching this side to the left and stretching this side to the right. There we go. So now it's almost perfect. Yep, I've got another one here. Okay. Oops. Okay, and then, nope, that's not right. There we go. That's right. Oops. This one, the seam did not iron correctly. If your seams ever do that, you always want to make sure to fix that because you don't want to add that extra bulk into the quilt. You want to try to keep the bulk to a minimum. There we go. Okay, that lines up. Everything looks good. looks good. Okay, and now, whenever I go to sew it, I'm going to grab them and sew them 2 at a time, because these are the 2 that I'm going to combine together. Chat's gone? No, I can see it. Was it not letting you type stuff in? Oh. That happens sometimes. There's nothing I can think to talk about right now, and the two of you aren't chatting. I tend to start concentrating on what I'm doing and forget to talk. I used to like to play music, but YouTube didn't like one of the songs that came on the radio in the background, and so they muted my entire 3-hour stream. So I don't have music anymore. Oh. Yeah, because Amber normally chats all the time. It's one of the reasons why I love when she watches me. Because if I have someone to talk to, I work faster. There we go. That goes that way. Alright, there's the bottom half. Yes, Bilbo's looking very nice. You know, whenever I release him, I may have to, like, in the post or something, do, like, a throwback to you and say AKA Bilbo with however we name him. That's funny. I'm still having issues trying to think of a name. Nicole comes up with a lot of the names. She's really good. She normally comes up with the names, and I come up with the descriptions. Like the Amazon warrior, I'm trying to think of what I came up with. It was created by the gods. Something about being kind and empathetic, but at the same time will smite her enemies. I'm going to do something, his description will be something like jumping and blasting. Yeah, I try to think about it while I'm working on them, and then I write it down. Come on. See how much easier lap quilts are to manage? Oops, I am out of water. Here we are. And here is his top. Yeah, I know. That's why I said this is my favorite part, is assembling the rows. It's like, oh, hey, I can see the picture now. I can see what I've been doing. Whenever we make the patterns, I try to lay it out in a way to where we explode it and you can see all of the rows at the same time. So it's not like an abstract thing that only comes together at the end. You can kind of see how it's going to go together the entire time. Yep, out of bobbin thread. And the last combination of the main top. You okay, Marley? Did you eat something you weren't supposed to? Oh, the dog. All right. I hate it whenever my foot pedal keeps sliding away from me. I saw a pattern online for a foot pedal rest where on the bottom of it, it actually has Velcro, so it sticks to the carpet, so it doesn't move at all. And I keep meaning to make it, but I don't have time. Nice. All right, so the main part of Mega Man inspired, that's what I should say, is finished. So now I need to figure out borders. So this is what I do for patterns. The dog's very rude. Regular fabric is 42 to 44 inches wide. And I assume whoever wants to make one of my lap patterns wants to just be able to cut the backing and not have to sew two pieces of backing together. So it's a lot easier for whenever you pick the back of the quilt in order to do that. So I do not want to make this more than 42 inches wide. So this is how I figure out the border. Is I take a look at him and say, how wide is he now? So he's 35 inches now. I have two options. I can do a 3.5 inch, so that would actually go down to 3 inches. So if he's 35, that would give me 3 and 3, that'd be 41. Or I can do a 2.5 inch, it'd be a 2 and 2, so it'd be 4, so it'd be 39. I'm thinking I'm going to do a 2 and 2, just because 39, it'll give it a little bit of leeway, and whenever you do the pinning, you actually have a little bit of room. So it's better for people to do it that way. So I am going to add on 4 a border. We're going to do the cream of the border. Let's do 4, oh, maybe. How long is it? 45 inches. So I'm going to need to cut another one in half for the left and the right. So I need 5 2.5 inch strips. Okay. So let me get my background. I can get rid of this. And I need to cut. Oh, good night, Derween. Have a good night. So I need to cut 5 2.5 inch strips. Oh, there it is. Now the reason why I'm cutting 2.5 inch strips is I want my finished borders. Oh, you know what? I should do 2 inches because that's what I'm cutting the rest of them as. Okay, no, I'm going to do 2 inches. And then the finished one will be 1.5 inches. That's fine. Oops. Oh, that happens sometimes. Come on. There we go. Okay, so now, yeah, 5 2-inch strips. I was going to do a 2.5, but the 2 inches is what I did for the rest of the quilt. So that just makes sense to keep it the same. That way you don't have to cut something different at the beginning. So now it's just going to be 3 inches on the other side, so that would be a 38 inches wide, which is still fine. There we go. Now one of these strips I do need to cut in half and sew to 2 other strips, and that's going to be my left and my right border. Now whenever you're doing a pixel quilt, it's super important not to have the pixels right against the edges. You know, just like that picture showing right there, it just, if it's right against the edges, then when you do the binding, it's going to run over the design. If you add in just at least one other section of just the background around it, it frames it nicely and it makes it look good. So if anyone watches this, that you design your own pixel quilts, just make sure you keep that in mind. It's there's a couple of quilt forums that I belong to, and every now and then I see someone make a pixel quilt and they don't add that extra bit around, and it makes me cringe, and I just want to be like, oh please, please just add a little bit more. Okay, so let me sew these. And I want to add the borders onto the top and the bottom first. Yeah, I agree. And it's just, I just don't like whenever the pixels are right up against it, right? It just looks a lot better with a little bit more framing. Oops. That one came undone. Let me move those there because I need to iron this first. Okay, so after ironing... Oh, hi GMT, how are you? Oh, that sucks. It may not even be a tear. Depending upon the quality of the cotton, it may just, it's just the material wearing. And then so just it wears holes into it. After I finish this, before I start my quilt kits, remind me, I'm going to show you how to fix it. I am almost done with this quilt top. Alright, now for the left and right borders. Stay. I was just making sure that I sewed them together on the correct side. You know how many times I have flipped it when I've been sewing borders together? Yeah, see, it and I actually do repairs. I think I've got the pictures on my site for a quilt that I repaired before. There's a couple of ways that you can repair quilts. Something that I do with my repairs is completely take it apart, reinforce the actual top, and then sew it all back together again. Oh, whenever you're doing side borders, right and left, if you have a half of a piece like I have here, start with the half of a piece because you don't want just a little bit of piece kind of on the end. Yeah, and there's a couple of things that you can do to fix it, even if you can't sew. I will show you the sew way to do it, a quick fix if you can find someone that can sew. And I'll show you the quick fix that you can do yourself without any sewing at all. So there's two ways for quick fixes without actually taking the whole thing apart. See, and just because she can sew doesn't mean she can quilt, and vice versa. That's one of the reasons I do my quilt patterns the way that I do. Yeah, see, that's one of the reasons, that's one way to do it is by hand. I'm going to show you a long, even by the sew way, a way to make it last longer even if she reinforces it. But yeah, so my quilt patterns that I have, in fact, this is going to be my next pattern released in June. I only assume that you know how to sew a 1/4 inch seam and use a rotary cutter or fabric cutter, which most cosplayers know how to do. So I run into at conventions a lot of cosplayers that want to learn how to quilt, but they have no clue where to start. So that's why I did my patterns the way that I did. Alright, now, in this case, I'm switching it up. So the other side, I started from the left. Remember when I started with that short piece? Well, I want that short piece around the same area on the right-hand side to make it balance. So I'm going to find the short piece and start pinning from the right-hand side this time. And GMT, if you want, I actually upload all of my videos to YouTube the next day or the day after. So this is something after I show you what to do and how to do it. If you need to watch it back at all or have your wife watch it, you can always bring it up on YouTube and watch it over and over. It's, oh, yeah, so it's just a little, just mildly. That's funny. Yeah, and quilting and sewing are two completely different things. It's funny because I'm a professional quilter, I always have people coming to me saying, "Hey, can you sew me this shirt? Can you make me this dress? Can you do that?" I'm like, "No, I don't know how. I can't do these things. I cannot do those things. I could not sew a dart to save my life." So, and a lot of sewers have no clue how to quilt. They don't know where to start. Alright, I'm doing my last 2 stitches. Hurrah! I'm sorry, huzzah. You scared me, Hestia! She attacked her own tail again. Silly cat. I swear that cat sometimes. And when I show you how to fix a quilt, you can also use these same methods to fix holes in your favorite t-shirts. Now, of course, every now and then I do have someone that'll bring an old quilt to me at at a convention I go to and say, "Hey, so I've got tons of holes in this. Could you fix this, and how much would it be?" So I do get that every now and then. And of course I get the people that bring me boxes and boxes of t-shirts and hand me the box saying, "Here, turn this into a quilt, please." Oh, GMT, I've got to decline that one because you swore a little bit. Normally, oh, when I jumped, he said he thought I caught the sewing machine whenever I jumped like that and the cat screamed. I do a lot of teaching sewing and quilting to kids, so sometimes they'll come on and watch the YouTubes, so I make sure in the chat there's no swearing. Yep, PG chat. But, so he thought that when that when the cat scared me, I scared him. He thought that I caught myself in the sewing machine. Oh, I do too. I curse like a sailor like you wouldn't believe. But I've got to be very careful. It's funny, whenever I go out for drinks with people for the first time, they're always surprised with how much I swear. They're like, but you never swear at conventions or online or anything. It's like, yeah. All right, so officially I am at the 2-hour mark, and yesterday I did it for 3 hours, so exactly 5 hours. I just have to name him. There's going to be my next quilt pattern. He's going to be released in June. Fantastic, all finished. I love him. Okay, let me get all the things together. It makes your mother proud. Yeah, my stepdaughter swears to me all the time. I'm like, whatever. I'm gonna get together the things for the for the Dark Mage kits. And then I will show you how to fix your quilts. So, I'm walking in front of the camera. Ignore me, sorry. Alright, because he is over here. Oh, shoot. Sorry. When I was grabbing all the things, I knocked the camera. Oh. Let me fix it. Oh, hey, that's not bad. Yeah, the camera's fine. Fantastic. Alright. So, I've got everything over here. There he is. Okay, so I have black. Okay, I have that blue and that yellow. I need to grab them over here. So blue. And which yellow? That yellow. Okay. The gold is on the other side. Oh, that's right, I used that brown. And yes, I know I'm talking to myself and you can't see what I'm doing. Brown. Okay. Oh, and then background. Okay. Now, of course, the Dark Mage is new. He's one of the newer ones. So I just need to pull black and gold from there. Okay. Yeah, that's true. That's true. PG, there is none. There is none. That's okay. You're right. I just like to be able to tell the parents of the kids, it's like, it's perfectly okay for them to watch me on the live stream or to watch on YouTube. Because there's no swearing. And there's no bad references. Okay, so I've got that. Okay, so I'm gonna do this. Okay. Alright, I'm gonna take these pieces and work with it. Okay, so let's assume this is your quilt. Where did I put my seam ripper? Oh, it fell on the ground. Okay, so I'm gonna make a hole in this. Okay, so let's assume this is your quilt that you want to make, or that you want to fix. So you have, you know what, let's actually cut out a hole in there, because it wears away, because old quilts, the fabric will wear away, so this is what you'll actually get. You'll actually get a hole. Fantastic. You have two options of doing this. Option 1 is the sewing way. Option 2 is the non-sewing way. Sewing way. You want to get, oh, they're over here. Here's my scraps. A good applique paper. I recommend the Heat and Bond, the Soft Touch Heat and Bond. It's a very light, it's not stiff at all. That's what this is. And what you want to do is find a fabric that's somewhat like the top of your fabric here. So this is actually the same fabric. And what you want to do is cut a piece about a little bigger than than the hole. Okay, and let's say if it's an old one, creams are always good. Just any kind of fabric that's not going to be obvious that that's what it is. Okay, and what you do is you take, here's my paper scissors. Take the applique paper, cut it about the size of your piece. Okay, and now you're going to put the applique paper on the right side. So if anyone else that's watching YouTube, if you see me do applique, you always put applique on the wrong side. In this case, we're going to put it on the right side. Okay, so you're going to iron it. When you iron applique paper, no steam. So iron it on. The right side. Okay. Let it cool. Okay, after it's cool, you peel off the paper part of it. And I suck at doing this, so I use the way that someone showed me a few weeks ago, where you just score the paper and peel it off. My nails won't let me get in to peel off that stuff. Oops. There we go. Now, whenever you have your sheet of fabric now, you notice how, I don't know if you can see it on the camera or not, but there's a sheen on it. So it actually has the glue that's on here. And this is super flexible and nice. So now here's the tricky part. What you want to do is somehow get your fabrics, and remember, I'm pretending this is the quilt, so I'm not just going to stick it underneath. Get the piece of fabric in there. So, see, you notice I'm not cheating. Get the fabric in there. Lay down. Lay down. There we go. You see how I got the fabric in there? So your fabric is now underneath of it, okay? The next thing you do is you get parchment paper. Do not use wax paper. Use parchment paper, okay? Parchment paper, there's no wax on other sides. It's a sheet of paper. So you put parchment paper on top and now iron it. Iron it for a good, I'd say 10 seconds. No steam. And now the fabric is protecting it. Now remember how I said this is the sew way. So what you want to do at this point is you want to sew around this hole right here. And I'm going to use the white thread just to show you. Where's my J-foot? There it is. Oh, hey, there's my other 1/4 inch piecing foot that I was looking for. Okay, so now she can use an applique stitch, which is a blanket stitch, or she can just do a regular one like this. Just make sure the thread that you use matches the quilt. The bottom thread, the bottom bobbin should match the back of the quilt. The top should match the front. Or she can hand stitch it. And hopefully you can see that on there. So what I've done is I've just sewn around it, and what that does is it prevents this wearing from spreading. And that's the sew way that you can do it. The other way, the non-sewing way, the easy way that you can do yourself. Now this way, it's still soft, it's still going to feel like a quilt, so this is the ideal way of doing it. The other way of doing it yeah, and like I said, I fix quilts all the time. So I have done this a lot. Let's cut another hole into this. Okay. This is the way that you can do yourself. So again, you want to find a fabric that's going to match the back. Okay. Take the piece of fabric, work it in there. So it's nice and flat, okay? It's actually easier to work it in there when it doesn't have the applique paper on there. So we've got this. So you've got this, you got the fabric beneath your hole. Oh, there it is, right up here. And then this stuff, it's called Bo Nash 007 Bonding Agent, okay? This is little tiny pellets of plastic. So it's just, you can't really hear it, but it's little tiny pellets of plastic. Ideal for hemming, replacing, zippers, appliques, crafts, withstands washing and dry cleaning. Your secret weapon for fabric repair. I love this stuff. I found this at a quilt show a couple of years ago, and I have been using it ever since. This only about like this much left in it. And again, this is if you have holes in your favorite t-shirts, this is also the best way to repair those as well. So what you do is you take this stuff, you kind of pour it on there a little bit so you can see the white, and you want to make sure that you cover the entire thing just a nice thin cover, okay? Take your, yeah, I know 007, right? Parchment paper, again, not wax paper, parchment paper. Put it over top and iron it. No steam at all, just regular iron. And you want to iron it so you can still see a little bit of white there. You want to iron until there's no more white, until it completely melts in there. And that looks good to me. Now, here's the biggest trick with this. You cannot touch this until it cools down. If you peel it now, you're going to peel all that plastic away. So you have to wait for it to cool. Now, this is little plastic pellets. So it's going to be stiff. It's going to be hard. It's not going to be nice and soft like it would with the applique and the sewing one. So it's less obvious to see it than the applique sewing way, but it's a lot rougher, so you can actually feel the plastic in there. Okay, I'm going to wait for that to cool, then I'll show you. So I'm going to get set up for my quilt kits. I'm super happy that I got that all done. And I'm going to throw that away now. Thank you very much. I appreciate that. Yeah, and Amber can tell you, it's with my streams, I teach, I educate, I travel, I do trunk shows, I travel and teach classes. So the biggest thing with my Twitch stream is I want people to see how easy quilting is. I also want them to see that I mess up my stuff all the time. Everyone makes mistakes. So I just want everyone to encourage. So I will always answer questions. I will always teach you things. Ask me something and I will show you how it's done. Okay, so I need to make 6 of these, right? Yes, I don't have any kits because these are brand new. So I'm making 6. Alright, I still need the gold. What gold did I use? I think I used goldenrod. Yes. I used goldenrod. And then that's it. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Black is 6. Fantastic. Okay. Yep, I think it's good. That's it. You peel it off. And that's what the underneath is going to look like. So it is, so you can, I don't know if you can see in the camera, but it's got a little bit of a sheen to it. It's just melted plastic. And if I try to bend it, it is a little tough because it's melted plastic is what it is. But it protects the quilt. It's not, with the sewing method, with this method, it may wear eventually over time. With this method, it will never ever wear open again. So you don't have to do that. Okay, so that's my 2. And I'm going to set it aside. I don't know if I'm going to throw it away. My parchment paper. I'm going to need this. This is my iPhone holder if I'm going to live stream at C2E2 next week. Well, one day, Amber, one day you may get a sewing machine. And then you know who can teach you. Okay, so I am making 6 kits. Let me start with the black. Yeah, and like I said, this is my last stream for a little over a week because I'm leaving Tuesday morning for Chicago for C2E2. But keep an eye on my Facebook. I will live stream my setup. And I'll do that on Thursday. Okay, so I need 2 3.5-inch strips and 8 2-inch strips. So 3.5. So I need 12 of these because I'm making 6 kits. Now, I don't think I'm going to finish cutting all the kits on my stream, but I'm going to cut as much as I can. Whatever I don't finish cutting, I'll finish tomorrow. Or maybe even tonight after dinner. Alright, you are getting moved over there. Marley, honey, the cat doesn't want to play with you, baby. All right. Hi. Hello there. Are you a good boy? Are you asking me for something? Really? Will you guys see? Come here. Come over here. You guys stand up for the camera. That's a good boy. All right. Here you go. All right, there's 1, 2, 3. Okay, so I need 5 more 3.5-inch strips. Yeah, he's getting a lot better. He's not running and hiding as much anymore. And for anyone in the Chicago area, I will be at C2E2 next weekend. So you can stop by, see the quilts, see the patterns, say hi. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay, that's all of the 3.5-inch ones I need. Yeah. See, but the ones that I do for the adults I can't put on YouTube then. Unless I do it at subscription base only. Yeah, no, Marley's definitely, he's doing a lot better. Okay, and now for 2-inch strips I need 8. Yeah, there's some Twitch streamers that I really like watching. It is not a PG rated stream at all. Yeah, and honestly, you can swear as much as you want. I still see the messages. They just don't pop up and go into chat. It's not going to ban you or anything. It's just not going to show. And it gives me the thing of, hey, by the way, there's a message here that you need to review. Oh, dang it, that went through. Oh, well. Well, I guess the filter doesn't catch it all the time. Yeah, but like I said, it doesn't make a difference to me. Honestly, the super filter is mostly for inappropriate comments, which, oh no, it's fine, don't worry about it. It is, as a woman, Marley, the cat doesn't want to play. As a woman, sometimes I will get people coming on saying super inappropriate comments. And that's what the super filter is actually for. Seriously, dog. Come here. She doesn't want to play. She doesn't want to play with you. No, she doesn't. She doesn't want to play. I knew. He still doesn't play with toys. I know. You're such a good boy. You are. Yes, you are. He still doesn't understand what toys are. Oh, yeah. Yeah, so you know exactly what I mean. So Marley is our newest rescue dog. We got him kind of in the middle of December, and he is a puppy mill rescue. So he was used for breeding for a couple of years, and then the puppy mill decided they didn't want him anymore, so the rescue took him. So he didn't understand what the word treat was. He doesn't know how to play with toys. So he has some issues, but he's getting better. Yeah, I think I've only really banned 2 people so far. The first time it was like one of those like naive things, like, did that person just say what I think they said? So I actually went through and edited it out for my YouTube. And then the second time was just because I didn't have the filter high enough. So hopefully the 2 ways that I showed you to fix your favorite quilt help you. And hopefully you don't have any more issues. I have a couple of my grandmother's old quilts that are starting to fall apart. Oh yeah, the Hey Baby, yeah. And with my grandmother, her quilts, they fall apart mostly because whenever she was making quilts, they didn't look at the type of fabric they were using. They didn't look at the thread count. They didn't look at any of that stuff. They just went down to the corner store, and if there was fabric they liked, they bought it. And she used 1/8 of an inch instead of 1/4 inch for the seam. And because of that, a lot of the seams are coming apart. Okay, fantastic. Let me know if she has any questions. The applique paper you can get at sewing stores, quilt stores, or fabric stores. Okay, so there's 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Now I'm going to put this one down here. That's awesome. That is fantastic. You know, I like your wife. That's awesome. During a stream about a week and a half ago, my husband came down, handed me his sliding shorts and says, "Can you cut these? I want to make them shorter." And then hands me his pitching helmet and says, "So I need to have a little bit of cushion right here. Can you put something in there?" Like, yes, honey, I will figure it out. I'm sure that wasn't the wording that you used. Marley. Like, seriously, the only thing with that dog is he loves other animals. Whoops. Oh, I'm sorry. You were standing behind me. Come here. Come here. He loves to play and loves to play with other animals. So he always thinks that the other animals we have want to play with him. Including the deaf cat who doesn't care. Okay, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. That one's up to 4 now. Marley. Well, I'm definitely going to get the black done. I'll probably get at least 2 other colors done. It's not time for dinner yet. Hi. You still have 30 minutes. Oh, you had baked beans? I haven't made baked beans in forever. Yeah, we're not having an Easter dinner. Because Jord is with her mom. So I'm going to make us some steak sandwiches. Because it's just the 2 of us, right? Yeah, I bought steaks to make on the grill and realized this morning that we have no propane and everything's closed. So instead, the steak that I bought myself a filet mignon. It actually is 3 pieces of filet mignon, so I'm going to take 2 of them, cook them up in the oven, and put them on English muffins with some bacon and some tomato and maybe a slice of cheese. And that will be our dinner tonight. And then the steaks I will cook up tomorrow for dinner. 5, 6, 7, 8. Okay, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay, so I need 7 more 2-inch strips, and then I'm done with the black. Now just looking to see. I think black is the most for all the colors. And not even the background, because the background is 3 and 7. Yeah. And this week, Nicole and I, because Nicole's going to be at Chicago with me, Nicole and I are going to look at all the suggestions from the Facebook giveaway. Everything that you guys suggested, and we will decide on what we're going to do 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 after the quilt that I made today. So what's going to come out in August? Seven. Did she mean HP? 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Alright. Next is dark blue. Okay, I need 4 and 4. Oh, that's right. I thought you said Harry Potter before for some reason. Yes, Harley Quinn. That's right. That is what you said. You know, I agree. I think she would be awesome. It's not even a matter of what we can and can't do. It's a matter of, can Nicole think of something? Can she actually think of something like that? There are no bad words, only bad people. That's awesome. I love you guys. All right, 1, 2, 3, 4. 3. Yeah, I know, but we're going to look at the entire list and see not just what we want to do, but, you know, what can she get ideas for. So we'll probably put it on the list, but if she doesn't get a really good idea anytime soon, it'll get marked back. Like the next one before the one I did today, we were supposed to do a something with Link. With the new game, something with the new tunic, and she was gonna do it in an archer pose, but do it in a way that you could change the color of tunic and colors depending upon what kind of Link that you want to make. But she couldn't get it working. She couldn't get the pose with the bow and arrow working. So she's still trying to get that figured out. So in the meantime, she had already worked up this one. This is the one that was actually supposed to be released in October. So we bumped it up because she had already designed it. Okay, just making sure that I'm not cutting too many. Alright, there's 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 2. Okay. There's 2. 1, 2, 3, 4. So I need 3 more of the 3.5-inch strips. And then I'll start cutting 2. Thank you very much. I appreciate that. Thanks for popping by. And let me know how the fixing of the quilt goes. One. 2. Alright, now let's cut a bunch of 2 inches. 1. Yeah, we never know where people are from, right? See, this is why on weekends I try to have my streams earlier in the day. So my Europe people or Middle East or Asia, other places, can tune in. Alright, 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2. There's 2 here. Oh, no, I needed 3. Dang it. Alright, I need one more 3.5. I've got a kink in here I want to iron out. When you have large kinks like that and you're cutting fabric, you always want to try to smooth them out before cutting. There we go. I'm going to stick you right there, out of the way. Alright, one more 3.5. 1, 2, 3, 4. And there was 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay, making sure. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. And my 1, 2, 3, 4. Yep. It is 4 and 4, right? Yep. Okay, so I just need 4 more of that. Oops. There's more that needs smoothing out. Why am I cutting a 3 1/2? I'm cutting a 2. I need 4 2s. 1. 2. 3. 4. Okay, so that one is done. Let me do the gold. Okay, gold is 2 and 1. 4. Oh. Okay, so he's going to school for 3 weeks? That's pretty cool. What school is he going to? I had to reread that like 2 or 3 times before it sank in, before I understood what you were talking about. Woohoo! This number's right on there. I want to order some more of this. I'm going to write them all on here. So this is 9 5. So 9 8 5 6. Yeah, that's the light purple. Oh yeah, I put it right there. Okay. This is the 23210. Gold. Oh, that's really cool. Malko Dubrowski. Guys! Seriously, dog and cat, what are you doing? Oh, that's cool. That's even cooler. So the meteorology, oceanography stuff, that's really, really cool. You know what, before I forget, I'm going to see... Marley, stop. I'm going to try to find this fabric to reorder it. I thought it was a marble, but it's not. I think it's a different line of theirs. Guys, stop. Seriously. So this is goldenrod. This is 988074. Oh, it's that one. Okay, 98. Okay, it's definitely not that one. I think it's taxi cab. Yeah, that's taxi cab. That's the gold. Cool. So because I'm meeting with my motor rep when at Spring Market. So I want to make sure that I know which ones I want. 988047. And then the lilac. Yeah, 9856. Okay. Cool. Nice. All right, now back to business. So, what are you doing? She's rubbing herself all over the bed that Marley was laying in earlier. She's putting her scent on it. That's really cool. Yep. Soleil. Stop. Oh, they're playing. Alright, never mind. You can bark and play. I'm not going to stop you. Yes, I know. You're a good girl, yes. Oh, animals. Stop. Okay, so making sure I did 2 of each. Okay, so she thinks that she runs upstairs and complains to my husband that he's going to actually feed her. One. Two. So when he's traveling, he's actually teaching. So he's not attending school, he's teaching his school. 4. 5. 6. Alright, now I need 1 gold 2-inch strip for everything, so that's 6 of them. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. There we go. Okay, so I am going to call it a day. Because the dogs are getting hungry and I'm getting hungry. I know, Marley. I know. The cat doesn't want to play with you, though. I'm sorry, honey. No, come here. Come on. You want to say goodbye to people? Come here. You want to come up? Come on. Come here. Come here. All right, I'll pick you up. He still gets the scared eyes when I pick him up, though. It's like he's not quite sure. See, he's not quite sure. Or he relaxes after a bit. He may not do it right now, though. Oh, yeah. He's your good boy. Yeah. See, he's starting. Nope. Nope. Okay. Well, say goodbye. Yeah. Oh, there we go. You're such a good boy, aren't you, baby? Oh, here. You can look at that camera. Say goodbye. No. Alright, so I will see you guys in a week and a half. Keep an eye on my social media on Thursday. I'll do a Facebook live stream. and then I'll record it and then upload it to YouTube. So, thank you. Thanks for popping in. Thanks for hanging out with me. I appreciate it. It allows my sewing to go faster. So until, oh, and I will get my stream schedule up sometime this week so you know when I'm streaming next week and what I'm doing. So, goodbye. See you later. I promise this will be up on YouTube soon.